women in the world, worth like 40, 50 billion dollars. And a lot of people, question like, you know, how is she worth that much? You have to understand she supported Bezos through everything. So, it's necessary to have someone who can support you, especially with a mind like Jeff Bezos or Dr. Dre, right? You have to have somebody there. So I do believe that his wife deserves money. 100%. I do believe she deserves some of the empire because they built it together.
Yeah, it said forever, when a man finds a wife, he finds what is good. He receives favor from the Lord. So what I am aware of is that when a man has continuous feminine energy, his manifestations start to quadruple. So people are not aware of that though, so they tend to discount like, oh, what did she do? Or she wasn't there, or even if she was there, they really discount it. But I think what you really made people aware of is that it is a joint deal. Like these brilliant men, they're not doing all this by themselves. Like it
no, absolutely not.
Energy and thinking, and those women do give them a lot of balance.
And just speaking from my own experience, right? Something as little as cooking dinner allows someone like Jeff Bezos or a Dr. Dre or myself to be able to further create, to be able to further invent, to be able to further, pursue and achieve our dreams and goals. And so, again, it sounds so simple. It's just dinner, right? But I can tell you right now, knowing that I can work all day and know I have a hot meal, come dinner time, really, really does help me, in achieving my destiny. And it sounds silly. It's just a cooked dinner, but it's true, and so I know that a lot of the things that, I believe her name is Mackenzie Bezos, and was it Nicole? Is for Dr. Dre, Nicole. I'm sure both of those ladies have done absolutely an enormous amount of things that have enabled their now ex-husbands to be the powers that they are. And like I said, it could be as simple as a dinner. It could be as simple as, cleaning the studio, for example, for Dr. Dre. After a long night, Dr. Dre's passed out. She comes in and probably cleaned up once or twice or 100 different times. Who knows? But, little things like that, I believe, go a long way in terms of, what they needed, what those men needed to be successful. They needed somebody, to support them, but they needed someone, more importantly, to enable them. That's what I think it is. When you are allowed, when you're able to be enabled, and, you don't have to think about the things that your other half is so much better than you at, you are free to create. And at the end of the day, at the end of the day,
a co-creation.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. When a husband and a wife, I feel like in today's society, people don't take marriage seriously, but it is literally a partnership. You've created a partnership, and so your energies are intertwined. You know what I mean? And so when you understand that energy is working together, then, I tell people this all the time. When I see a couple and they're starting a business or a brand, or they're doing something together, I really support that. And I tell them, listen, you have the potential of really making this a super powerful venture, because it's not just one of you, it's both of you, right? There's two of you. There's two minds, two bodies. There's there's two of you putting into this, which is better than one, right? So, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you're already ahead of the guy or the girl who started their own company, but by themselves, you know?
Right.
So,
but the thing that impressed me about what you said, I'm really so glad you just said all that, because so many men do try to do everything by themselves, and then they discount the value of women. Like, I see that on the internet a lot. Like, men say, what do you have to offer more than sex, cooking, and cleaning? And they completely discount the things that a woman does to nurture a man. Like, most men these days, they really expect a woman to just work and pay half the bills and add, as in like work, instead of just, she's a woman, she's feminine, you're supposed to be a king, she wants to nurture you, she wants to do little things for you so that you can focus and paying attention. So I just think it's beautiful, like what you just said about how it's all a co-creation. And if other men really understood that, they would stop working so hard trying to build everything by themselves, because when two minds together agree on something, it says it in the Bible, like, it's going to manifest. So a lot of men don't realize your manifestations will come a lot quicker if you got married, had a wife, and actually appreciated her and valued her.
yeah, I mean,
Food. Women need to know that men actually do need to eat. I think that was super important.
I mean, you know, listen, and it's not to say that I don't, you know, treat her right. And I mean, I buy a lot of, you know, takeout and a lot of dinners and stuff like that to relieve her from those, you know, those duties. But she knows her duties, at least until, like, we're so wealthy billionaires, we've got butlers, a whole staff, and the whole nine, you know. She knows that there are sacrifices, and I am the worst cook. So, like, she knows I'm great at websites and funnels. So if she needs a website and funnel, she knows who she's contacting, you know, in marketing, advertising, whatever. But also, when it comes to cooking, she's the expert. I know it. You're the gourmet chef. I have no idea. You can give me mac and cheese. I'll cook that because it's really easy to do. But other than that, like I'm ordering out. I promise you. What?
You do tacos?
Tacos? No, not really. I mean, I can assemble them once the ground beef, once everything has been diced and cut and the whole line, I'll put the lettuce and the sour cream and all that good stuff. But no, I'm on it. I'm sorry. I know my strengths. I can whip out my wallet and buy you the best meal. That's my strength. Yeah, anytime. But I tell you, I like in the last, like I said, 2 months, we've probably half of the month we've gone out, like, to eat. And, you know, like, she wants to cook. So, you know, I enjoy that. And I know a lot of people enjoy that. I know a lot of people, listen, all right, to get to where you want, there's no real secret in life, right? All right, let's talk law of attraction here for a moment. There is no secret to getting what you want. It's literally hard work, determination, and literally will to continue to go no matter what challenges arise, right? Yep. So, yeah, you have to pay the price. Everyone has to pay the price. So the real key to success is focus. Because if you can focus on those dreams and those goals, then you can identify what your steps are that you need to take towards those dreams and goals. And so as your day goes on, for example, let's say you work a 9 to 5. You work a 9 to 5, then you come home. If you don't have someone who can help with the cooking, the cleaning, you know, with the small things, then you have to do it. And if you have to do them, then what ends up happening is your focus is then taken away from your goals, your dreams, and is now going towards, you know, vacuuming or, you know, dusting or cleaning the bathroom or cooking a meal, attempting to figure out how to make a pizza other than pop one in the oven. If you have to focus on all those things. It's the reason why, I'll tell you, it's the reason why Mark Zuckerberg wears the same shirt nearly every day. Okay? The more decisions you have to make, okay, the less likely you are to make the right decision, and also the less computing power you have in your mind to make the next decision. So, as brilliant men and women, right? It's important to be able to have that other half that can support you in the everyday things, so you can focus on the things that are necessary to achieving your dreams and your goals. And so, like, there really is a co-creation, as you said, and a bond. I mean, that's the bond that you accept. I do. When you said I do, on your wedding night or day, you accepted that contract. You accepted the energies to be synced. You accepted, that, you are a partnership. And so with that partnership, you can either, fail, as a lot of people do in today's world, or you can, succeed and thrive. And I've seen some of the most successful couples are ones who do business together, or who do things together, not just business, but like their lives are intertwined,
The captain can't steer the ship and then clean the ship at the same time. Like,
it's the truth. It's the truth. Exactly. And that's not to say that your wife or your husband is a staff member. We're not saying that. What we're simply saying is that, or at least what I'm saying, I know Kissy's saying it too, but, what we're saying is that, people need to understand that when we go back to this whole topic of $2 million a month for Dr. Dre's ex, we really don't know what she went through and what her reasoning for the 2 million is. I personally want to know what her calculation is to get to 2 million, but aside from my own personal opinion, I do believe she's done so much, and she's such a huge part of Dr. Dre's legacy that she does deserve something, and not just like pennies. She clearly deserves millions of dollars, because they built an empire worth, I believe Dr. Dre is worth like $700 million. You should get on your almighty Google iPhone there and look that up real quick. But I'm pretty sure Dr. Dre is worth like $700 million or something. To think he did all of that on his own.
Only off by 100 million. That's all. He's worth $800 million.
All right, well, look, I mean, if this was The Price is Right, I'm still under, which means I haven't been eliminated, and we're good to go. So, I mean, 700, 800, at that point, the guy's about to be a billionaire. So, I guess now when you look at the 24 million that his ex-wife is asking for in comparison to an $800 million fortune,
it's nothing.
It really is nothing when you think about it. Especially if the prenup still stands, she's probably not getting much of that 800 million in terms of assets after the divorce. So, maybe
talking net worth, not like cap and living too. But I think what's really important is that basically we know she helped because nobody can do anything by themselves. We were not created as humans to do anything by ourselves, and all of these empires take help. And just getting people to understand that empires take help, period. And if you have a mate that's there for you, consistent, is providing your needs so that you can stay focused on your genius zone, like, that's more helpful than most people realize. And I think Jeff Bezos, like, I just love Bezos. If you can't say anything about Bezos, it's really hard for me to hear, because I thought that was just so dope that he went on ahead and just gave that woman that money. And it's like,
he did also cheat on her.
right? He did. But most men cheat on a woman and pretend like they haven't broken her heart. They don't care. They just keep on moving. So he was kind of righteous in the divorce settlement because every man is standing in line to date Bezos' ex-wife now. Who doesn't want to date her? Like, you don't even have to know how she looks, okay? Men want to date her just off that alone, okay?
Right, off the fact that she was married to Jeff Bezos. I mean, the amount of information you could probably learn from her. I mean, I'm sure she is just as brilliant as Bezos if you really get down to the nitty gritty.
So she's smart.
Yeah, you absolutely know she's smart. 100. Yeah, I think Jeff Bezos is a great guy. I mean, yeah, he did cheat. That was just definitely unloyal and uncalled for, but she's wealthy right now and she's just well off and doing her own thing. So I mean, they built the empire Amazon together. I know that for a fact. I think I was reading some stuff back when the whole divorce thing was happening, about her involvement and how she really pushed Bezos and supported him enough, financially as well in the first bits of Amazon before, Amazon went public and life changed for the Bezos. So, I mean, she deserves every billion she has, period. End of story. And so same thing goes with Nicole and Dr. Dre's ex-wife. I'm positive she deserves quite a bit because she helped him, and
ladies, we found a man who agrees that a woman is worth something.
I mean, I just believe a partner is worth something. So, I mean, whether that's a man or a woman or your freaking dog, I mean, if the dog helps you to become a billionaire, hey, man, that dog should be worth something too, right?
They do. Dogs are man's best friend, for real.
Exactly. So, I mean, I value loyalty. I'm an entrepreneur myself, so I know how important it is to have that right partner, that person that is going to do the other side of the coin that you don't want to do. You don't want to deal with those things. You don't want to do this. You want to focus on what you love the most. And, the perfect partnership is finding someone who is strong in what you're weak in and is weak in what you're strong in.
I have nothing else to say.
Well, then,
next topic.
Yeah, let's go to the next